Morning, guys. I'm afraid on a Thursday morning, if you've come for action, you've come to definitely the wrong place. Today's game is Eastshade, which apparently is not coming. Oh, yes, there it is. It is coming up in OBS. Where apparently you play a travelling painter and you paint the landscape. There's probably a lot more to it than just that, but I have a feeling this is going to be a sort of walking simulator stroke feel-good game, which would be a nice change, actually. It'd be a nice change to playing things like Assassin's Creed Origins, where you're running up behind people and killing them. So, you know, this could be a nice change. It all sounds very twee. Lots of nature sounds. We're on a boat. Let's turn that light off because I can't see the screen as well. Okay, that's straight away a bit unexpected.
Forgive an old woman, but I forgot your name. What was it again?
No.
Would you mind getting my book from the sleeping quarters? It would spare my bones the trip. It's called Great Voyages.
Okay. Property of Clara S. If found, please return to part or port of Lindo. Lindo. Seas of the North are wide and explored. Researchers predict these waters are expansive, and small expeditions have revealed numerous islands filled with diverse life and communities. Due to the unpredictable and violent nature of these waters, many exploration ships have been lost while attempting to form new contacts and carry out scientific research. All eyes on the horizon. Well, what of the book? I need to turn the mouse sensitivity down a little bit.
Thank you very much. I've read this old book many times. Seems I find something new each read. And no matter how many times I've read it, it never fails to get me excited for adventure. Are you the adventuring type? After my own heart. I've had a lifetime of it, believe it or not. If you're sticking around in Eastshade, maybe I'll tell you all about it sometime. Captain Ilona told me we'll be landing in Lindo shortly. I think we're all antsy to arrive.
I've never been to Eastshade. I've heard wonderful things about it. Did you know that the people there used to cover their mouths with garments? I've heard that's since gone out of style. Quite a strange fashion fad if you ask me. As long as Eastshade doesn't rock like this ship, I will love it. It's the quaint little seaside town we'll be landing in. It's one of the many gems of the country, I hear. Almost there.
Oh, right, I couldn't have got out to see us sailing around anyway.
Oh, that did not sound good.
Hang on, I thought this was a game about being a travelling painter. And now we're about to drown. That's not very unaction-like. that was... Did I ever tell you the tale of the trip your father and I took to Eastshade? Out of all the trips we took, that one was my favourite. You know, if you're ever looking for painting inspiration. I know, Mom. Tell me you'll visit it one day. Promise you'll go. Clearly I did. To think of you exploring Eastshade, it makes me so happy. I know you'll find inspiration there. What an adventure you'll have. Yeah, including drowning, apparently. Listen, there are some places you absolutely mustn't miss. Be sure to paint the giant tree. Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. How will I know which tree? You won't miss it, trust me. And the Tiffmore Bluffs. Ah, the lovely sky country. I can picture you there now, an easel set and you making a beautiful painting. Those open skies and endless seas would move any artist. Okay, I will. And the city, there's a magnificent building in the centre. Oh, there's a city there. From the very top floor you can see the whole town and more. You won't be able to resist taking out your brushes. Soon you'll be there, soon. Not if I drown. You should get some rest, Mom. Mother's last wishes. Well, that's a bit depressing.
You've woken.
Did we? Oh, okay. So clearly we ended up shipwrecked.
Are you feeling okay?
Well, I don't know.
Do you remember what happened? I'm glad your memory's intact. You washed up on this beach just a short while after the ship sank. One doesn't last long in water this cold. From what I've heard, you were the only passenger misplaced during the wreck. The others are safe in town. Eastshade, of course. Specifically, my home. I usually don't take visitors, but in this case I can hardly blame you for floating in unannounced. Only your easel. Don't forget to take it when you leave. Even the frigid tide couldn't bring you to part from it. It must mean a great deal to you. I was about to head into town to share news of your survival. You should go there and let them know yourself. It's just up the path. On your way, then.
Okay, so we've got an inventory. Look at the paintings you've made. Okay, so we actually have tasks to do, like some, goals. Need to turn the sensitivity down a tad. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, that's a bit more comfortable. That must be the boat we came in on. It's quite pretty. Yeah, very pretty, in fact. Oh, we can jump, actually. I wouldn't have thought jumping was that necessary for a game that's meant to not be very full of action. Oh, butterflies. It's very... Yes, it's very pleasant. Oh, I found a stick. I have to keep an eye out for things I can interact with. I mean, yeah, can you imagine why, okay, I mean, yes, of course it's pretty. The point of the game is painting the game. Or creating paintings as you're travelling around. So I imagine it would be quite nice. Who's that? Making paintings drains inspiration. Gain inspiration by exploring new places and trying new things.
Oh, it's you! You're on the ship. What happened to you?
I washed up in a beach
Oh,
cave.
thank goodness. We thought you were lost. Oh, what a horrible experience. I'm so glad to see you're safe. What brought you to Eastshade anyway? Very adventurous of you. I came to visit my family. You look like you could use a nice cup of tea. This flavor is a bit strong for some people, but the effects can be lifted with a sip of water from your water skin. Our captain is in a terrible state. I suppose that's to be expected. She won't even leave the dock. Perhaps it would console her to know that we all survived. You should speak with her. I lost most of my possessions too, and nothing has washed up. My family lives here in Lindo, so I'll be staying with them. If you find that night is coming and you're in need of a place to stay, you should check the inn. You'll be comfortable there. It gets cold around here at night. You shouldn't be out without a proper coat.
Let's just turn the music and some of the ambient down a little bit. It's a little bit overpowering. Certainly when you're trying to listen to the dialogue, it's the music's a bit loud.
I'm a bird!
Good for you. It's got a little bit of a, I don't know, Zelda-type feel to the architecture.
Hey, are you an artist? Hey, you have an easel! Are you an artist?
Apparently.
So am I. Do you want to see what I made? Look. It took all day, but I want to make my next one even better. What should I do? But I don't know how to make a canvas. All right! You're a nice artist after all. I know where some boards are. Follow me.
After all, this is a game about being nice.
I've never seen anything like that. Terrible waste of a good ship. And it went down so quickly. It's amazing anyone made it out of that.
Now we just need the fabric. I don't know where to find that. Maybe we should ask someone.
I mean, off the top of my head, I wonder what I am, given that everyone seems to be sort of anthropomorphic, you know, animal people. I'm assuming I probably am. Oh, the kid's following me. Ah.
Let's keep going.
I think that wasn't that fabric I've just found.
So we have everything we need now, right? We can make a canvas from this stuff?
Okay. Ooh. Right, so I've got one canvas.
Could you paint something? I want to watch a real artist.
Okay. get to? Ooh, there's some more fabric. Let's get some more fabric. Hello, cat. Don't mind me, I'm just stealing stuff. I can't get on the ship. It's like I'm finding a good view to do a painting of now. Right, so you can adjust the crop. I kind of like to get just the start of the ship in. That's a big bloody moon there that I hadn't noticed before.
That painting is amazing! I want to try. Can I have a canvas? We found enough stuff, right?
Yes.
Yes! I'm going to use this for Miss Nika's next painting. She loves art so much. Hey, Miss Nika loves art like us. She always likes my paintings. I bet she'd like yours too. She really likes the eclipse. You should draw her that.
Oh, I quite like it. See. We haven't got enough stuff now. Oh, hello. Talk to blokey bloke.
We've had quite a few shipwrecks here. There's a reef surrounding the bay, and that's what does it. It shouldn't slow down traffic too much, though. I'm just glad you all made it. I work on the docks almost every day. If you ever have any questions about Lindau, come on over, and I'll do my best to help.
Need to find more stuff to make a canvas. Yeah, now, was this the...
So you've survived too. That means only one of us has been lost at sea.
Oh dear.
Who? Only the most important one of us all, Annabelle! Doesn't sound... Oh, I see. She carries you across the oceans and you don't even learn her name. Annabelle! My ship! My wooden, sea-loving daughter! Killed by the damned reefs when we came into this miserable town.
Sounds rather grumpy.
Kind of you to say so, but kindness does nothing to bring sweet Annabelle back to me. Off with you! I'd trade your life for hers.
Oh, cheers.
Now leave me be.
Gold. No placating her. We need more materials. I don't want to paint anymore anyway. It reminds me very much, apart from the far more colourful atmosphere of Dear Esther, which is, I mean, what is definitely called a walking simulator, which I don't think there's very much to interact with at all. But it was quite a deep and really quite, I don't know, interesting, dark. There was lots of different facets to that game, but there was a lot to it.
You must be the traveller from the wrecked ship.
Oh, good. Ingolf needs some visitors every now and then. I wish he would spend more time in town, but he'd rather be alone. Yes, I run the inn. I always keep a full stock of soup and tea to refresh weary travelers. When I was young, I traveled all over this island. I'd love to adventure again one day. Certainly.
Oh, right, I don't have any cash.
Ah, the traveling artist. Goodness, that painting of the eclipse is lovely. Is it for me? I bet Sandra put you up to this. Ah, this is lovely. You're too kind. I'm going to hang this in the room upstairs.
Ooh, we got money! We got money!
Certainly.
Get some more tea and get some booze. Might need the cash later to get a room, I think, because it sounds like that might be a thing. We have candles. We'll just loot everything. The architect of Lindo. Lindale's buildings are engineering marvels, as difficult to construct as they are beautiful. The designs of these technical endeavours are the work of one eccentric genius, Azad of Taria. 5 years ago, this incredible architect vanished. His whereabouts remain a mystery to this day. Though praised for his accomplishments in engineering and architecture, he is perhaps most widely recognised throughout Eastshade for a rare genetic facial disfigurement. A polarising celebrity, many praise his genius, while others resent his supposedly arrogant disposition. Some even claim that his notoriety is owed entirely to the disfigurement, implying that his credited skills are in actually nothing more than ordinary. However, one only needs to look around at the town of Lindo to see he has built something wonderful. Okay. Let's just reread it again so you can actually take the book. All these locked doors, I mean, you know, you'd think people were worried about people nicking their stuff.
I feel so adventurous staying here in Lindo. I live in Nava, but sometimes I just long for the primitive lifestyle Lindo offers. This is my first excursion out of Nava. It just feels like the right time for a dramatic adventure. Some may find the story of my journey utterly inspiring. Nothing could have prepared me for the muddy paths, the unbearable heat. I even had to eat outside. Overall, it was a dreadful experience, but I braved through it all. Yes, it certainly was impressive on my part. I so dearly wish my friends could see how adventurous I've become.
Who's there? Nika? Is that you? You must be one of the tourists. Terrible about the sinking and all that. Glad you're okay. Yada yada, etc. But will you go get Nika, the innkeeper? I need help. It's stuck, obviously. Now, would you be so kind as to go get Nika for me? It happens. It's fairly normal, really. Doesn't it happen to you from time to time?
Not that I remember.
Brilliant. I'll wait here.
You look well. Oh, of course he does. And what is it this time? Again? That's like the 8th time. All right then, we'd better go help.
I suppose the rest of it, the sort of... It feels like a little Skyrim-y as well. In the sort of music... I mean, certainly the music right now feels a little bit Skyrim-y.
Watch me soar like a bird!
Oh, it's really stuck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty stuck.
I think what we need here is some soap. Would you be a dear and fetch some soap from Amin's house? It's just down the stairs and across the courtyard.
I'm so good at flapping my wings!
That might become annoying.
Hello there. Can I help you, traveller? Soap? Well, certainly. May I ask why? He did. Is he a friend of yours? Ah, well, I shouldn't gossip then. Right. Well, here's some soap. Safe travels.
It's like... I think... The tagline for this game, I think, is about, it's a feel-good game. It's about being nice. So I think it would be... it feels a little bit wrong to be picking the sort of go on, gossip then type dialogue options.
Let's try this thing then. Here, let me have that soap.
Well, I guess it was convenient that you dropped in when you did. Thanks for getting Nika. Well, you are a nosy tourist, aren't you? Beeswax!
Okay, so, yeah, you could clearly push it a little bit too far, too quickly. Unfortunately, I'm without canvas, so I can't make any of the paintings yet until I find some more stuff to make a canvas out of. Oh, the kids, they're playing. So I wondered what was going on there.
Great viewpoint, isn't it? Look, the eclipse is starting. Not a bad show, right? I try to come up here every day. I guess it just doesn't get old for me. Anyway, if you haven't got lodging for the night, feel free to stay at the inn. I'll leave the upstairs room unlocked for you. Drop in at your leisure. Don't worry about payment. Shipwreck survivors stay free of charge. Take care now.
At least that's something. I'm going to assume that there is a day-night cycle, so I'm not going to... and they did say, you know, you don't want to be out there in the cold, so I'm assuming I can get gold. I mean, I'm going to sort of assume, I mean, I might be over-assuming here, that you're not going to, like, die in this game. I'm not quite sure what game over would entail.
There's nothing like a good book on a day such as this. Actually, books are the perfect way to spend any day. Do you enjoy reading? I'm glad to hear that. Perhaps I can share my favorite books with you sometime. My favorite books are the ones that inspire me to write myself. How about you? We creatives, me a writer, you a painter, we've got to stay inspired. Best way I've found is to drink many cups of tea. Always gives me a boost. Speaking of writing, if you find any feathers around here, I'd happily buy them. I'm constantly losing my quills. I figure 3 should do it. For now though, I must get back to reading. I think something fabulously dramatic is about to happen. Is there something else?
The only thing that's slightly weirding me out is the accents. They sound... They keep travelling around a bit. Unfortunately, it sounds like they might... They start off sounding like sometimes American, and then they drift off into English, British, whatever you want. They almost come and go a bit. Not quite sure what I'm picking up here. Something. Roots. What I can craft with roots. I mean, you only appear to be able to talk to people when they've got all the dialogue things on their head, so... Looks like not everyone can be talked to. Not quite sure what I'm picking up the sticks for, but I'm sure there'll be a reason for it eventually. Like picking up anything in any game, there's usually a reason for it. Even junk you can sell in, say, Assassin's Creed. Like I say, I'm assuming that there'll be a reason for it at some point. Ooh, a feather. Another feather. Now, I hesitate to say it, but of course, as far as feathers go, you're living in a community of anthropomorphic animal people, and quite a few of them appear to be owls. I'm just saying. It's like I feel the need to find more resources to make another canvas so I can do a painting. I mean, this really is pretty. I mean, you know, you could just see, you know, some of these frames, you know, in it as a picture.
Aha, my fellow bookworm. Oh, wonderful. Hopefully this is enough to last me a while. Thank you very much. I do hate scouring the forest floor for these. If you find any more, I'll pay you 1 glowstone apiece. Is there something else?
That'll do for now. So one of the one of your mother's wishes was to get some specific paintings. Ooh, there's some fabric. Can I create a canvas yet? No, I need some more boards. Need more wood.
Ah, a newcomer. In the future, if you're ever in need of carriage to Nava, I'm your driver. My ox is strong, no?
I'll take your word on it. Pussycats. Oh, I came in this way. I think this is one of those views that we should be making a painting of. Now the thing, I've more or less exhausted the town. Let's see if there's anything up here on this. Oh, there's some fabric. Oh no, we need boards, don't we? Yeah. Ah! We have boards. Lots of fabric, lots of boards. Excellent. Oh, there's more fabric. It seems to be getting a bit darker, so I'm not sure it's the best time to try and paint the view. Okay, let's talk to the kid.
Aren't I good at flying? Thanks! My dad says that I can do anything as long as I put my mind to it!
See, that distressingly reminds me of a side quest on Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where you've got some kid making friends out of clay and sticks, and I think I basically said, yeah, you're good, don't worry about it, you're good doing what you're doing. Whereas I think the appropriate response was, don't be so flipping daft, you mentalist. At least that's the response my wife gave, and she felt better about doing that than I did about mine. So as far as controls go, I mean, this is your standard FPS controls that I'm using. You can actually run as well, and jump. Admittedly, not very high. But I'm guessing you don't really need to be jumping very much in this game. Now that would be a good painting of the wrecked ship. Unfortunately, I dare say the captain won't be overly happy if we go and do that and then give her the painting. She strikes me as being a little bit grumpy. some inspiration for visiting the abandoned tower. Oh, it's like an old version of the town. Probably ought to actually have a look at these journal entries. Oh, we can get in. Property of Yulia Greywing. It's been raining for several weeks now. Tons of water pouring down in a constant torrent. Our home is filled with buckets to catch spills from the ever-growing leaks. How I long for a moment of clear sky and a break from the incessant dripping as I try to sleep. Disaster struck last night just after the eclipse. The red feathers woke to creaking and groaning. They grabbed their children and ran outside moments before the house split from its stilts and crashed into the river below. Madam Baker has ordered an evacuation of all of Lindo until they can fortify our homes against this awful wet. Oh, terrible news, and only a day after we evacuated our homes and we made camp on high ground. The entirety of our happy village is sloughed off. I never know how to pronounce that word. Sloughed off into the river. Nearly half of the hillside broke from the mainland in a huge gush, taking our homes down with it. What a horrible thing the weather has cast upon us. Nida the water fox. Selidos laid out his blanket in a patch of sunlight. His water fox Nida sniffed about, searching for a nest of eggs to snack on. Stomach growling, he pulled a sachet of frosted biscuits and berry wine from his pack. Nida howled in excitement. She'd found a nest. With a thick crunch, she cracked into the egg, hungrily lapping out the contents before batting the empty shell aside. Selidos grimaced as she started on a second egg. As charming as he found water foxes, he couldn't stomach their eating habits. Random bit of fiction for you there. Oh, we've got candles. We've got boards, we've got canvas. Oh, we should be in a much better position to do more paintings now, at least. That looks like more boards. I think this is definitely what one would call an experiential game. You know, this isn't action. This is getting involved, getting emotionally invested in a game. I think the point of this one. I don't have an argument with that because I do find games like that quite deep. I mean, for those of you who've been watching me playing Observer on my own channel, you know, there's a lot to be said for games and how they get into your head. I mean, I compared this earlier to a game called Dear Esther, which is a game where you're a bloke wandering around a sort of mysterious island, and as you go round the island, there's bits of dialogue which appear to be from a diary, and it's sort of some of the dialogue, I think, if I remember correctly, jumps between sort of you and possibly the experiences of someone who hit a hit-and-run driver who killed, I think it might have been your wife at the time. It's been a while since I played it, and you know, at the end of the game, there's various sort of very strange, ethereal locations. And at the end of it, you climb a radio tower and jump off it, and then you sort of fly off into the sunset. Now, it sounds a bit flippant, but it's... If you play the game, I think that the pace, because it's a walking simulator, the pace and the dialogue and the timing of everything, it sort of makes you get into it. I mean, if you don't get into it, the chances are you gave up in 5 minutes after starting to play the game.
Hello there, newcomer, are you? Trying to get across the bridge, I guess. I hope you've got the glowstones for it. It's not free, you know. The rule is you pay once and you can use it as much as you'd like. Oh, mate, I'm a fisher. I catch fish, I cook fish, I sell fish. You know. But mostly what I do here is fish. Sometimes I like to visit town, but not very often. What's all that you're carrying? Looks heavy. Are you some kind of painter? You know what? Maybe there's a way you can get the glowstones out of me after all. There's a gazebo in Lindau. Real pretty spot. Maybe you've been there. Anyway, I'd like a painting of that view. The gazebo is easy to find. It's just behind the inn. And I want the painting from the gazebo, not of the gazebo. It's the view, not the building, if you get my meaning. I'm fish and fighting today.
As it happens, I've already got some of these glowstones, but yeah, okay. That looks very Hobbit-like, that house over there. That's odd. Okay, I hadn't realised that, but I think that means we're getting cold. I think that's our teeth chattering. Oh. I need to get indoors, and it's just sort of jumped. I'm guessing we have got indoors, have we? Getting a blank screen. Oh. Dull. Right. Damn. I don't know. I think I'm indoors, but I can't see anything because I've not got a bloody candle. This is rather annoying. I can't see anything. I'm wondering whether something has actually gone wrong here. Because this seems to have gone... I can get the inventory up, but I can't see anything. Yeah. That's sort of fortunate. And it appears to be, the character said I need to get indoors, clearly, because I was getting cold. And then it just faded to black. And I think I was indoors. Because there was sort of things that were reacting to... Oh, yes. I think that's it. That's what happened. I think I ended up... at the room in the inn. Shadian Folktales, Volume 1. Long ago, the air outside the planet grew terribly cold. Without any fur or feathers for protection, Sun began to freeze. She decided to make her flames as big and hot as possible to keep herself warm. Sun worked all day and night to keep her fires burning. Enormous flames reached all the way out to our soil and began to scorch the creatures here. Fires raged, destroying homes and forests, but Sun was too exhausted to notice. Growing worried, the plants and creatures decided to help her. Together they gathered twigs, leaves, fur and feathers and wound it all together into a large sheet of fabric. They covered it with clay to protect it from fire, and the trees lifted the woven mass into the sky. "Take this blanket to rest yourself in warmth," the creatures cried. Sun slipped under the blanket and wrapped herself tightly. Her flames cooled and dimmed, leaving the land creatures in darkness. When Sun woke from her nap, her golden light returned to the creatures, who danced and sang, thankful that their gift had worked. And so that is the story of Sun's blanket, which she still uses each day. So, a nice metaphor for day and night, I suppose. We can pick up wax, but we can't make a candle out of it. Right, it's the evening. And yes, it looks like, because we got cold and because it said I need to get indoors, it automatically shifted us to the inn.
When I was a boy, merchants came to Lindau with strange spices and soft fabrics. They haven't been back in a long time, though. We mainly get shipments of teas, grains and fabrics, and headwear of the latest fashion, of course. In any case, there's always lots of work to do around here.
So apparently hats are a big thing.
My garden is filled with all sorts of wriggly critters. Certainly.
I think there was only these two things. I'll buy another one of those because I actually used mine, I think. Or did I? No, might not have done. What's our inventory say? No, we still got them because I must have drunk that after the save. So, I think maybe. Well, let's. I wonder if that auto saves as well. One would assume so. After sunset, exploration without a means of warmth is out of the question. Yeah, quite. I think I noticed that. I need to find a merchant that I can get a coat from then. Clearly people sell stuff, so... So, that fisherman dude wants a painting from the gazebo, which I think I can relate to. There you go. That's slightly curious, the flapping birds that aren't actually moving. That's... I don't know whether that could be described as a glitch or not. let's get a painting from up here. So that's what one of my mother's wishes was.
I know that I can do it if I put my mind to it.
Yep, you can indeed, kid. You can indeed. Ah!
Turn around. If you don't all turn right now, I'm gonna jump.
Okay, so...
I flew! I can't believe it! I flew!
Where the hell is he now?
Don't do that again, okay?
Okay, now that I know I can fly, I won't do it again.
I don't know what you're trying to do, but it's time to come down now.
I think he did. Curious. Okay, well... I think I've got some things to do. I need to try and find someone who's got a coat that I can have. Or buy, or whatever. So I can do travel after dark. So that was one of the things they said, you know, you've got to have a coat if you want to be around after dark. And it's explicitly said that. I mean, I've only got a couple of minutes left on today's Scattergun, so my verdict: it's a really beautiful game. I think this is a game you need some time to invest in it.
We stay busy working this, Doc.
I'm not
It's hard,
sure it really
but
counts as.
fulfilling for me.
I'm not sure it really counts as a casual game. This is a game that's definitely glitched. That looks weird. I found out earlier, just before it sort of bugged out, that holding the right button down basically moves you. So you could do this entirely without the WAS and D keys, but then you couldn't strafe or whatever. Well, you need to strafe, but you can just sort of direct yourself by just pointing the way you want to go and holding down the right mouse button. Worth knowing. And no feathers in a chicken fenced in area. I mean, it does look very beautiful. The colours are quite mesmerising. It's reminiscent of lots of different games. I mean, there's a bit of a Skyrim feel, and I can't stress the resemblance to Dear Esther, although it was a very, very different game entirely. The feel is definitely there, though. And again, that's a game I would recommend. I mean, I could probably do a playthrough in an hour or so of that game, because I think that's how long it took me to play, I think, the first time. I actually did shout out for this game. It was this was on Steam. I can't remember how new or otherwise this game is. You'd have to be into this kind of game. You'd have to be into the kind of walking simulator experiential type games to want to bother with this one. But if you are, it seems quite simple. It's easy to do the interactions, and you know, it is about being nice. You know, it's not about telling the kid he can't bloody fly. It's about saying, yeah, fly if you want to. Do what you want, mate. So I've quite enjoyed this, and this is one I actually did buy. So I think I'm going to end up trolling through this and see how long it takes to play, seeing what I can find. I mean, I've got some missions already to do. So yeah, Well, that was AJ Scattergun. I've run out of time. You may be watching this on Game Grin. You may be watching this on my YouTube channel. Catch me doing my own transmissions on twitch.tv/AJ Crowley. Watch me on Game Grin, twitch.tv/GameGrin. You can find my blog at ajcrowley.games. You can find links to my various channels at ajcrowley.live. If you've got any comments to make, email me at ajcrowley@ajcrowley.live. Do a search for Game Grin. We're on Discord, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're all over the shop. And let us know what you think. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Be nice to each other. Be nice to people. Do good things. Do nice things. Enjoy the view. Enjoy looking outside through a dirty window. Otherwise, I'm AJ Crowley. That was AJ Crowley Scattergun. Take care. I will see you again.